Hi and welcome. I'm Nancy Martinez. I am the Director of the Independent Retail Floral Customer Channel and Marketing here at Len Busch Roses. Welcome to LBR Talks, where we share nuggets on business and leadership to help you enhance and elevate your floral business. So last week we had a visit with Jeff Marone, our president here at Len Busch Roses, and we touched on the issues of trust and how to use that to build a foundation of teamwork in your business. And this week we're going to continue that conversation. It was so awesome that we just felt like we needed more, and we're going to talk about how vulnerability in leadership helps enhance trust. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for coming, and let's go on to the show. Welcome to LBR Talks. I'm Nancy Martinez. I am your host here today, and with me is our president at Len Busch Roses, Jeff Marone. Welcome back.
Thanks, Nancy.
Jeff.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be back.
Yeah. If you were with us last time, Jeff talked about trust and building trust as a foundation for your teams. And what you didn't see was after the episode, we just kept talking about it, and I'm like, we need to have this a part two. So I asked Jeff to come back, and we're going to continue our conversation on trust with the angle of being vulnerable as leaders builds trust in our team. So let's talk about, what does that mean, being vulnerable? How am I admitting to my flaws to my team going to elevate the trust with the team?
Yeah, I think it's, to me, the vulnerability, the authenticity, the humility, being humble are all things that we expect of ourselves, and demonstrates that we're human, and our employees know we're human and we're not infallible. We make mistakes, and as a leader, being open and admitting mistakes, expressing need for help, asking questions when we truly don't understand, asking questions when we believe we know the answer, asking it anyways, that's a great example, and makes it okay for employees also to admit mistakes and ask for help and ask questions.
Oh, I like that. So I don't know everything, and I ask my team for help. Not only am I building trust, but we're actually solving things together then.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Cool. And so on contrast, a leader who has a super ego, how is that not going to work for somebody?
Yeah, again, maybe we've all worked with people who had a big ego, placed self before team or others, knew everything or thought he or she knew everything. What that does, particularly from a leadership standpoint, does not create an environment where it can be as trusting as possible.
Yeah, it might be harder for me to want to engage in you because I'm not going to measure up to what you already know.
Agree. Yeah, I think that's perfect. And if I am demonstrating and setting the example of being vulnerable, admitting mistakes, likely I'm more approachable, whether it's in a team forum or in private. Team members, direct reports will be more willing to approach and raise issues, ask questions, help solve problems.
Sure. And let me put myself in the shoes of our floral partners for a second. I'm an owner who's been in business years and years and years, so I do know a lot. I have the answers. How do I create opportunities to still be vulnerable with my team?
Yeah, I think one can still be the expert, have a ton of experience, and continue to demonstrate vulnerability, asking questions, highlighting successes of others, talking about or taking responsibility for things that didn't go as planned, even if it's not directly that individual's actions. It says a lot if that leader takes responsibility, irrespective of the root of the issue. So again, I think there's a distinction between the expertise, the experience, and being able to maintain that and leverage that for the greater good of the team and the organization, and also being authentic and humble and vulnerable along the way.
Yeah, that's really good. And if I may, I've been in meetings with you several times, and I think one thing I picked up on really quickly is that you ask a lot of questions, and you do it to clarify, and I think it just sets the tone for the whole experience to really allow other people to ask questions. So you're admitting not knowing everything. It's okay for me then not to know everything.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think and when I joined Len Busch Roses, I didn't have any floral industry background, and so it put me in a position to be much more naturally asking questions to learn. And I think it can be effective irrespective of experience, to just ask those questions even if we know the answer.
Yeah.
Like it promotes that discovery. It helps team members get more engaged and share. And again, we solve problems, we advance the cause of the organization, people feel more engaged, and ultimately it continues to strengthen the trust that we continue to talk about.
Sure, that's really great. So if we were to pick a nugget, one thing that you want to leave people with about vulnerability as a leader and how that relates to trust, what would you do?
Yeah,
what
I
would
think
you say?
I appreciate that. And often these come back to the very basics of be yourself, be authentic, be vulnerable, admit mistakes, take responsibility. And that, I think that really just perpetuates what we're trying to do, which is build trust and alignment and progress from a team standpoint.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. And then I'm going to say there's going to be people out there that want to dive deeper in vulnerability and want to learn more. What's our deep dive resource this week?
Yeah, I would direct others to Brene Brown. She wrote a book called Braving the Wilderness. There's also a good 20-minute or so YouTube video on the power of vulnerability. She's a wonderful speaker, an expert on the topic, and I would encourage others to check her out.
Great. Okay, and we'll have links for you for both of those, the book and the video on Brene Brown, right below here. You can click on and take your deeper dive if you have time and want to do that. That's great. Jeff, thanks for being here again. Thanks for
having me.
Sharing.
Always appreciate it.
Yeah, and we appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for coming back again. Please leave us comments. If you have questions, if you have other topics that you want to hear about, always ask. We're here for you. This is for us to create a better partnership with LBR and our customers, and that's what we want to do. So thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time. Oh, that was good. I feel like I'm learning as I sit here asking the questions. This is really fun for me. I hope it is good for you as well. As I said last time, words and quotes mean a lot to me. I embrace them, and I'm going to share a quote each time after the episode relating to the topic at hand. And this week, my quote is from Brene Brown, who Jeff referenced earlier. And her quote is, "When you shut down vulnerability, you shut down opportunity." That's awesome. I will have this as a download for you. You can click on the link below for this as well. Print it out, throw it on your bulletin board, and share it with your team as well. If you have questions, comments, future episodes, topics that you want to hear, go ahead and give us a shout out and let us know, and we'll try and incorporate it into future segments. Thanks again for coming. Hope to see you again soon. Take care.